Hi guys, figured I'd join in on the Rig Rundown idea. I love this idea. I just moved, so my place is still kind of a work in progress. I got this secondary room here for the engineering recording stuff, and I got the amp room over here. And it's actually a really good sounding room despite me needing acoustic treatments. But there's my first guitar. I probably play that one the most, despite it being the cheapest. To be honest, it sounds better through most of my amps. Like, that guitar sounds, my Dan Electro sounds killer out of the Voxes. The Fender sounds good out of 2/3 the amps. But that one sounds good out of every single amp I got. And it sounds great with every pedal I have. Where the Dan Electro is very pedal particular. The Strat's kind of middle of the road for that. But here I've got my first amp. It is, man, I paid virtually nothing for this, and I love it, man. It's a 2-watt Little Night Train on top and a 15-watt Little Night Train on bottom. Got a Mojo Tone cab with a Blue Alnico from Weber in there. Probably my favorite amp, the Gibson Gold Tone GA15, and that's its extension cab. This amp actually has a 10-inch in it, and this cab has a 12. Both have Blue Alnicos in them. It's amazing how different they sound. I actually, most of the time, prefer just the stock cab. AC4 from Vox. It's a good late night cab. And honestly, if you run the combo into the 112 extension cab, because the amp has a 10-inch, sounds pretty loud and pretty good. I could definitely gig with it if I boost the volume with some pedals, and I have a couple of times, but not my favorite amp. I think I paid like $150 for the top part and $170 for the bottom, and I loaded a $300 Blue Alnico into it. Just got this guy. It was a gift. I just left my last company I was with for 4 years, and my boss knows I'm a guitar fiend, so he bought me this Carvin. It's the 50-watt Nomad. It is a killer amp. I love it. Research has led me, the left channel, the clean channel, is based on a Bassman. It's even got the presence knob in the back of the amp, and the second channel, the overdrive, is got a very similar schematic to a JCM 800, and I don't really use that. It is good though. It's got a vintage 30 in it. Really good amp though. Got Fender Hot Rod DeVille 410, and this is a new amp. I got it for $2.99 at a pawn shop in Atlanta. The guy told me the reverb tank was broken and all this, but whoever owned it had reversed the reverb pan wires and had put the white one where the red one goes and vice versa. So easy fix, sounds great. Honestly, it's probably my second favorite gigging amp. My favorite gigging amp is the Gibson. My second favorite gigging amp is probably that, with a close third to the Blues Junior. You know, Blues Juniors get a lot of hate online, but man, I get some killer sounds out of it, especially when I crank it, run it through the pedal board there. I love these freaking things. You put a good speaker in it, get the settings just right, and really dig in, and it does what it's supposed to do. And that's kind of my amps. I got a Seafoam green, I think it's a Sea Pearl green Fender Strat. I got a Dan Electro 59 Plus reissue. And then I got some pedals. Nothing fancy. I got a Timmy pedal and a flashback. The rest are budget, and I'm loving these budget pedals. The Timmy clone, Zen Drive clone, and Sweet Baby Overdrive clone. That one sounds the best with humbuckers. That one sounds the best, probably overall. This one I really only like on my Dan Electro right now for some reason, but they all sound really good. And I run stereo into 2 amps, so I can either do the looper or run slapback. Works pretty well, especially for practice at home during the pandemic when you don't have a lot of people to play with. It was a lot of fun. And then I got my little secondary pedal board, which is really just part of an amp stand for the carving. And I like having a little secondary pedal board. Sometimes I'll run the delay through the effects loop and basically lose access to the pedal board. And then I'll want to loop it and use this pedals for overdrive and a separate amp so I can kind of get, you know, a nice stereo setup going without any interference from the two. But that's my setup. Right now I'm recording most of my crap with my iRig just into my MacBook Pro, but I'm getting ready to unbox the rest of this crap and set up my studio. And my idea is, I'm in Tampa or St. Pete, Florida. I'm going to try and give people a place they can come record guitar tracks if they want some guitar tracks for an album or something like that. Anyway, that's my setup. I hope you enjoy it.